Today, former President Yoon Suk Yeol, charged with an attempted insurrection and unlawful imposition of martial law, appeared before the public for the first time since being arrested in July. This first hearing for a case brought up by the special probe team against his insurrection allegations was broadcast for the public to watch closely. Our Moon Ji-young reports.
피고인 성명이 어떻게 되시죠?
Even a former head of state, Yoon Suk Yeol, was subject to the same legal formalities as any other defendant in a courtroom. Dressed in a dark navy suit and appearing visibly thinner, Yoon entered the courtroom wearing his inmate number 3617 on his chest. He denied all charges during an initial hearing of a trial brought by special prosecutors investigating his attempted insurrection and imposition of martial law. This marks the first instance that lower court trial proceedings were partially broadcast with the media allowed to film the moment Yoon entered the court.
Considering the public's right to know, the necessity of a fair trial, and the principle of presumption of innocence for the defendant, the court allowed video recording and photography exclusively to pre-approved personnel for this specific case, and only prior to the commencement of the public trial.
The rest of the hearing was recorded by a third party chosen by the court, was later distributed to other media outlets, but only for this first hearing. Yoon is already standing trial on charges of leading an insurrection through his failed attempt to impose martial law in December. However, the special counsel team specifically outlined 5 additional charges against him. These include violating the rights of cabinet members, revising the martial law proclamation, and obstructing his detention by investigators in January. Furthermore, he is charged with ordering the deletion of call records and the distribution of false statements. During the hearing, Yoon's lawyers disputed each charge, arguing the former president had declared martial law in an emergency and promptly lifted it following the National Assembly's vote for repeal. Yoon defended himself against allegations concerning a false proclamation that investigators believe was drafted after the decree was lifted to prove the legitimacy of his actions but later discarded. Meanwhile, the special counsel team requested that court conduct intensive hearings for a swift verdict. In response, the court stated its plan to hold hearings at least once a week, aiming to conclude the trial within 6 months. Moon Ji-young, ArirangNews.